Well, kick off the 2017 season here. Gosh, 2017 season now. And I think we've got overall a great group of guys. It's been 4 or 5 days of preseason now that have been pretty intense. We've had to take a day off here and there just with the numbers that we have. But our goals and expectations are the same. They always have been here. And that's really to look at improving every day and getting to the point where at the end of the season when we're playing our best soccer, our best football in November. Realistically, getting into the top four is our goal right now. I'd like to be able to host a conference game at the end of the year. But we're going to take each game day by day and at the end of the year put ourselves in a point where we'd like to be able to compete for the conference championship. I think the guys beside me agree that we probably have the talent to do that, and we have the ability. It's just now being able to put the work in and keep the focus over the course of a 2.5, 3 month season, and not looking beyond our next opponent. The players we have that have come in, we do have a couple of injuries that are probably going to put us a few weeks behind, but that seems to be a kind of a running theme right now in college soccer. With such a short preseason, injuries happen, and they've obviously taken a little bit of a toll on us. But we'll start off with 3 really good preseason games, with obviously Charlotte as kind of the key focus to start the 17 season at their place. And that's a team that traditionally has been in the top 25. And then we progress through the season and we're still playing competitive teams. I think everybody in our league, when you look at it, is trying to play games that are preparing them for the Big South. And we're no different. We've got North Carolina on the road in a neutral site game this year, which will be pretty exciting. We do have a really good College of Charleston team coming here to play us. And then obviously you get into the league and being picked 5th, I think that's probably fair. I think we could be anywhere between 3rd and 5th, 3rd and 6th. Kind of has people looking at us. But like we've talked to the guys, the most important point for us is September 23rd when we get into the Big South Conference play, putting ourselves in position for a top 4 spot and being able to host. And traditionally, if we're able to get to a final, we typically have at least put ourselves in a good position to win and compete for and a chance to go to the NCAA tournament. So those are kind of the goals and expectations on the field. Off the field, it's all about character development, making sure guys are growing as young men and growing as individuals and leaving here prepared to kind of make a change in the world. Be a positive change, a positive influence in our community. The 2 guys that we have here, Max and Kenneth, are obviously 2 of our captains, and they're great examples of what we're trying to set here. So I'll pass it off to Max with that said.
Well, thanks, Dan. First of all, I'm really happy to be back after missing the season last year with a knee injury. Really excited about the season. I think we have a great group. The newcomers, the new freshmen, and also the new transfers are really great. So I do think we have a lot of potential this season. Everybody knows last year, based on the circumstances that we have, was not the best season that of Winthrop's history. But we spoke with the coaches, we spoke with the team as captains, and we know that that's not our standard. Our standard is way higher. And if I add to Dan's goals and expectations, I do think that we all agree that we all want to be in the tournament, obviously, want to get into the tournament and then obviously win the Big South Championship. I think that's all what we want another ring after winning 2015, a great experience. We want to add on that, want to go back on a winning streak, want to get that winning feeling back here to Winthrop. Yeah, and I think with our team, with our coaches, we created a new culture starting last year. It was tough last year, but we add on that. We keep adding on that, keep improving with the new players now. It's going really great. The Captain's Week was really good. The weather was not too hot, so we were able to compete at a high level. Everybody was ready, came in fit from the summer. Some guys played in the PDL. It was really good. So overall, the fitness level looks really good. Yeah, and then we'll see. We have 3 exhibition games now, preseason games, and then the season starts. So we're really looking forward to that, and it's looking good. Yeah.
Just going off of what Max was saying about last year, is obviously we didn't have the year that we'd have liked to had and we thought we deserved to have. There was a lot of games that we were in and just didn't go our way. The ball didn't bounce our way in most games. It just felt like. And going off that, we only lost 2 starters from last year. So that's a big thing for us. We have a lot of returning guys. We have a really good group of guys, like Dan and Max were saying. The culture here is really good. Dan and Phil have done a really good job with that the past year of getting that changed and just really pushing towards getting a good group of guys, having everyone. Yeah, going off again last year is that we had a bunch of new guys from the year before Max and they won the Big South in 2015. That we lost 9 starters from that team, and last year was obviously my first year as well. So we had a bunch of good guys. We had a bunch of talent last year. It was really hard. It's really hard to come in and mesh together that quickly when you only have a couple of weeks before the season started. And we actually got off to a good start, but it didn't end up clicking for us. But we have all those guys returning this year with only losing 2 starters and all the guys on the bench last year. But we have a really good group of guys. We have a lot of expectation for this season, and we really think we can do something special this year. So we're excited about it.
I mean, they're kind of the pulse of the team. They've got a ability to lead. I mean, Max is coming back for his 5th year. He's actually already graduated, so that's a feather in his cap, and being able to take some classes to further himself towards eventually grad school. And Kenneth being a goalkeeper, he's obviously at the back of the back line and kind of the last man. But and then Charlie Ramirez is our other captain, and I think those 3 guys. One, they lead by example. They lead with their voice, but more importantly, I think they know what we're about. They're a good connection piece for the coaching staff to be able to talk to them about issues within the team with individual players, and then talk to us about all the positives as well. So they're kind of the player's voice, and their voice it matters. I mean, I think if you ask both of them, we have conversations that are pretty serious at times, and we do take their opinion, and we regard their opinion very highly.
Talk about missing the year in 2016, being able to rehab your way back, to have a good PDL season, and how you felt through the summer and how you feel going forward. Because, as you know, you are the all-time, or not the all-time, but the current active leader in scoring for the Big South. So there's be some expectations probably within, and maybe a lot of people don't actually know who you are because you've been out a year, but just kind of like maybe how it felt through the year, and what your expectations and how you feel coming in.
Yeah, well, last year obviously was really tough for me, not being able to play, not being able to practice, not being able to actively help the team. I mean, I was always on the sideline, and players could always come to me and talk to me, and I can give them advice from my experience, but I couldn't actually step on the field and help them, which obviously that's what we needed last year. We couldn't really score, and as you just mentioned, that's my strength, scoring. So it was tough for me, physically both and mentally going through that rehab. But I think I'm pretty disciplined and put myself through all the rehab sessions every day. Worked a few hours every day, most of the times, and it was every phase is different. Every phase is a little bit different from the phase before. You get your range of motion back, then you start running, And then you start strengthening, going to the weight room, adding some weight. Then you start doing ball work, start doing some cuts. And with every phase, you have like some issues that come and go pretty much. The more you do, usually the more issues come up, but you have to push through that. So that was another thing that was really tough, being here, not being home with my family and friends. But obviously I got great support here, I got great support system here, and my parents were able to support me from back home. Yeah, and then I practiced in the spring, had some hamstring issues, but I was able to participate in practice in the spring. Actually had one game in the spring as well. And then, yeah, this summer I played PDL at Tormenta FC in Georgia. Had a pretty decent season. I mean, the season is tough and really intense as well, similar to college season, but I think I played 11 games and yeah, had scored some goals, which was really great. Felt good to be back on the field. Felt good to be valued again. And yeah, and definitely the practice sessions definitely increased my fitness level overall. That obviously helped me rather than just going back to Germany and like being with friends and family, which also would be great, and I miss them. But at the same time, I needed to be fit for this season, and which was priority at this point. So it helped me a lot this summer, and now I feel really good. My hamstring issues are gone. My knee feels really great. I trust it. I don't have any doubts about it. Yeah, I feel ready. I'm looking forward to it, and my scoring instinct, I think that's I was born with it, so I don't think I lost that.
Coming in, this is only your second year, so coming in, a lot of times it's hard to figure out your role and where you sit and everything. Now that you've been here a year and now that you're a team captain, talk about what you see as your role, and then also after that, can you go into how the goalie competition's been in preseason, how you think preseason comes?
Well, yeah, being a new player last year, I mean, it's and also, I mean, last year technically was my senior year because I'm a fifth-year senior. I redshirted my freshman year, so coming in as technically a senior. At my old school, I had standing. I had been there for 3 years. Like everybody knew who I was around the school. Like it was a very good community there at UNC Pembroke. But coming to Winthrop, really happy with the decision. But it's just really hard to break into a new team. Me and Hector Fernandez last year battled it out for the starting spot, and I ended up winning it. But I mean, he was a good goalkeeper as well. But I came in, worked really hard. I won the spot. I think I just with my work ethic, and I think a lot of the guys noticed that I stayed after training a lot, got extra kicks, got extra shots taken on me. I think one of the ways I like to lead is I lead by example. Like Dan was saying, I think all three captains, including myself, do a really good job leading by example. Just with staying after training, talking to the coaches, always giving 100% practice. That's what I really like to lead by. And obviously, being a goalkeeper being the goalkeeper of the team, vocally, I can see everything from the back line. And so, as on the field, my role is very important in communicating to the team everything I see. Because I'm like Dan was saying, the goalkeeper is the backbone of the team. If he doesn't know how to communicate, or if he can't communicate effectively, then that affects the whole, because the goalkeeper communicates to the back line, they communicate to the midfielders, and midfielders communicate to the forwards. So if your goalkeeper doesn't know how to communicate, it's not going to affect the team well. And then going into the goalkeeper competition, in preseason, there was 2 new goalkeepers added to the team, Aiden and then Jack Pondy, who was, and both of them are huge. They're 6'5". We call them the Twin Towers. I mean, the competition has been really good. Obviously, I'm not the tallest goalkeeper, but I've had to work a little extra hard comparatively to the guys who are a little bit taller. But yeah, I mean, the goalkeeping competition has been really good. Jack Pondy just got eligible. We just found out he was eligible yesterday or today, and so he's going to be he's transferred from UConn. He's going to be pushing me from behind. But I mean, competition just makes you perform better. So I mean, I think it's going to be really good with Aiden and Jack coming in, and Jack Tuhig here as well. He's been here. This is his third year now. And I mean, he works hard every day in training. Jack, he's a character. He gives everyone a good laugh. But it's a really good training environment. Kyle Renfro played at Virginia Tech for 4 years. So he came in last year and was our goalkeeper coach. And he's done a really good job, I think, and he gives us the best chance in every game of performing at a high level. So, I mean, yeah, there's 4 goalkeepers, and all of them, we all push each other every day, so it's been good.
I'll start here. Do you have a particular game you're looking forward to the most this week?
Myself? I mean, I was really looking forward to the UNC game when I thought I was going to be at UNC, because that's 30 minutes, 40 minutes away from my home, so a lot of my friends probably going to come out to that. I mean, it's still going to be a really good game, but I mean, probably I have like 3 or 4 friends that play on UNC, so probably the UNC game, and so probably that one. I mean, UNC Charlotte's going to be really big, first regular season game, even though it's away. So I mean, probably those 2 games are probably one of the most.
I think UNC Charlotte, because that was actually, we play at their field again, and that was actually my first official game here in America when I came in 2013. So I have good memories about that game, even though we lost. And I like the stadium there. I like to play there, and so yeah, that was a good memory. And so I'm really looking forward to that game.
No, I mean, I think we need support. We'd like to have community support. Guys, girls be able to come out to games. We need student support. You know, these guys here represent the student body. For their fellow students to come out and watch games, other athletes, but we need the community, and I don't care what sport it is here, the community needs to come out and support, because you know there's a very good product. It's local. You don't get to see this level of play many times. So I think the community support's big. I think we need to have a lot of alumni involvement, and we're working to have an event this coming fall on October the 20th, 21st. So that's kind of a thing I'd like our alumni who are out there, hope you guys are all listening, to kind of mark on your calendars. Our goal is to get something out by the end of the week or early next week. But I just think at the end of the day, we're here as a coaching staff, as a support staff, for the student athletes. And we need to make sure that we're doing everything we can as a coaching staff and as a community to support them in any way we can. Do it through support at games, or, you know, through other gifts. So financial gifts and support to our Eagle Club. So if you're not a member of the Eagle Club yet, love for you to join and be a part of it. And if you've got young kids, they can get to be members of I think it's the Little Woo Crew. And my kids are actively involved in that, but we're looking forward to the 17th season, and no game's more important than the next one in front of us. So with that, we'll start preparing for Furman, and these guys don't need to worry about who we play after that. Each one's one game at a time.